Who's it gonna be? The Silent. Your girl. She's here again. A colorless card, a golden pearl. Well, both of those I feel are fairly map dependent. We have a shop here on the right hand side. Should we take that path? What about connecting elites? We have 2 elites up the right. We have 4 elites down the guts with this sequence here. We can squeeze a cool S in, something like that. Yeah, there you go. That's what we love to see. Yeah, there's this elite path straight down the guts there. And that requires this 4 combat path. A scroll box might be good for that. Add 1 of 2 packs of cards to add to your deck. We start with 3 extra cards in the deck. The Silent, she does start with a fairly large deck already, 12 cards, 7 of which are tailored towards defense, and only 1 of which is impactful, right? So we've got like a 1 in 12 impact on Survivor. Weaken gets better as the game goes on, but certainly in the early game it's not great. Do we have any question marks to really contend with here? Sorry, this is a mess. We'll just put that back. Do we have any question marks that could be shops? Not really. Let's trade our gold for some early card rewards. So we have Bouncing Flask, Poisoned Stab and Anticipate, or Memento Mori, Leading Strike, Deflect. Memento Mori is a fine attack. It's just a strike plus as it begins, as is Leading Strike. It does scale quite nicely though. Bouncing Flask, 3 poison to random enemies, 3 times Poison, Stab and Anticipate. Probably the high impact cards though. This feels very middling. Deflect and Anticipate are not really comparable, right? 3 Dexterity, play 2 Defense versus 1 Deflect. You can see the with 2 Defense, the Dexterity from Anticipate is better already. And you don't even need to use Defense. You can use cantrips. Yeah, we'll take this. Bouncing Flask is better against elites as well, especially the Coral. And we are here in the Underdocks, so the Coral is worth remembering. I'm going to try and get through this with no damage taken because we are going to draw Poison, Stab, Anticipate somewhere along the lines here. Yeah, there we go. We can do it like so. Beautiful. And we're already looking good. Already looking good. What are you? You are... So at the moment we can strike this guy to death. It's only got 2 thorns on it. So let's defend, strike. Bang. Speed potion. Noxious Fumes, dodge and roll hand trick. Gain 7 blocks, add Sly to a skill in your hand this turn. We don't have any way to trigger Sly at the moment, although it is excellent, and it's also a defend plus. We can trigger it with Survivor, I suppose. Maybe adding Sly to our Bouncing Flask. Noxious Fumes is also just very good though. The boss is the Soulfish, which is a fairly slow fight. It then tends to apply statuses to us, to beckon us to drown. It wants to take us down low into the ocean and eat us like a jellyfish. So the Fumes will do that. Fumes is not bad under the rest of the circumstances either. I would really like to play with this card though, hand trick. We'll see what we get later. Let's solve the 4 elite act in front of us first. These guys are opening up fairly aggressively here, and I have some decent attacks, so I think I can full block here. Yeah, here we go, and then find some damage later. And what we'll do is we'll work on this rear Corpse Slug to try and take it out this turn. I suppose I can work on them together, because we do have this Survivor, which full blocks for me. Yeah. How much are they attacking for? They're attacking for 14. With this neutralize, they're attacking for 12. I can just full block, yeah. Very nice. Very nice. Now I'll apply the stun and just, yeah, take the fight out. Beautiful. Dagger Spray, Flick Flack, and Anticipate number 2. I think Flick Flack is a lot better than Dagger Spray, to be honest. Even though it deals less damage, the fact that you can scale past needing this, the fact that you can scale past needing to actually spend the energy on it and scale it with Sly instead is very advantageous. It doesn't matter that it doesn't have strength scaling and it doesn't have, or it has less strength scaling. And it doesn't particularly matter that it deals less damage up front, because once you survive that early game anyway, Dagger Spray is like an infamously weak card as the game goes late. Dunzos. Unfortunately, we did take a hit there because we didn't draw a defend. We're prepared pinpoint acrobatics. I love acrobatics. We definitely want to full block this guy because he will give us the suck. I think it's harder to block once he's stopped fully blocking. So we can just survive a defend fumes here. We don't need to acrobatics to fix a hand that's already good. Yeah, let's just make sure we can always full block. We even do it there with the frail. Beautiful. And here we have, unfortunately, no full block this turn. The damage is fairly good already. We'll take the 3. Okay, getting out of that fight with only 3 is totally good. Knife Trap. Play every shiv in your exhaust pile on the enemy, infinite blades, or deflect. Well, now that we have an acrobatics, a deflect is not looking as bad. We also have an anticipate to go with it. And we also have the Bouncing Flask to take advantage of a 0-cost card. I'll take it for now, knowing that I definitely want some removes as soon as we can. Noxious Fume upgrade or Bouncing Flask upgrade first? Probably the Noxious Fumes upgrade first. Or the Acrobatics upgrade first. I mean, Neutralize upgrade is excellent too. We don't have any additional weak in the deck right now. Let's take the Fumes, knowing that it will reduce the length of fights quite substantially. We have here opening for 9 damage. We can flick that Flak and Bouncing Flask. Do we want to use our Tincture here? It is a long fight. We're guaranteed to go for 4 turns. So let's do it. Let's get the poison rolling. And we'll let the poison do the rest of the fight for us. We can take 1 there to make sure we're dealing full damage. Let's play the Anticipate so we can shuffle it back in. And, oh, discard the Flick Flack. Beautiful. Yeah, Poison Flask really doing the work. 9 by 2. We can do it like so. Awesome. Easy fight. Love to see it. We only used our single potion. Festive Popper at the start of each combat deal 9 damage to all enemies. Well, I'm very glad I took the Flick Flack over the Dagger Spray now, because we do not need the Dagger Spray remotely, and its downsides are very substantial. We'll take a backflip for our Deflect and Anticipate. A couple of 0-cost cards make backflip all the more worth. And we can upgrade this time the Bouncing Flask. Let's go again. Who have we got? We got the Terror Eel. Yes, the Terror Eel. The terrible eel. So with 3 decks, we have 8, 8, 11. Okay, so we can acrobatics first here. Beautiful. Okay. Sure, so we can neutralize, only need to block 12. Let's take the 1 and get down the noxious fumes. That's totally fine. Backflip. We're full blocking? Yeah, we're full blocking. Nice. And again, 24. 24 looks a little bit dicey. I would like to build that potion. Build that poison. I suppose this could be a speed potion. Or actually, it's probably just a block potion, right? Yeah, let's do it like so. And then Bouncing Flask. Because it's a substantial amount more damage, which we are going to need to get out of this fight without taking more damage down the line. The 22 here will stun at the start of turn. Okay, that did wear off the stun as well. Let's put Anticipate and Deflect back in the bin for the reshuffle. Love that. Amazing. Okay. Yeah, I definitely feel that because now we would be looking at this fight, this hit for 24. So that Bouncing Flask and the potion, we took a little bit over the top. We took a little bit 4 damage over the top. But consider instead if we had tried to block that turn, we would not be dealing lethal here, and we would be having 9 damage over the top regardless, right? So like, yeah, it was worth it. Akabeko! Okay, yeah. My favorite card, man. This deck is not really well suited for Grand Finale right now. We have 21 cards, which means that it's actually not possible for us to draw a Grand Finale hand, because there's no summation of the cards in our deck and 5s and 1/7 to equal 0. So here's the equation, right? Cards in deck needs to be equal to 7, your Ring of the Snake hand, plus some multiple of 5, plus some combination of the amounts of card draw in your deck. So at the moment we have 21 cards. Let's form a Gaussian sum of 7, 5, and our card draw. Our 5s are 5, 10, 15, 20. Our 7 plus any of those is 7, 12, 17, 22. And we have a 3 and we have a 2. So we can do 5, 7, 10. We can do 12, 14, 15, which we already had 15. But maybe the easy way to do it is to try and subtract them, right? So 21 minus 7 is still 14. And there's no 4 here. There's no combination of these where we could draw 4. If we use both of them, that's just 5, which is like one more turn. So we actually can't play the Grand Finale right now unless we receive a status, which we are not likely to do. Now we have the Akabeko. So we can definitely time walk these guys, which I think we should probably just do, right? The alternative is acrobaticsing for the Flick Flack, which we can try and do. Or we can just play, yeah, strikes. That's totally fine. 14 damage plus 3 poison. Let's put you at the front here. And we'll set up the next Corpse Slug for when we draw another attack, which we do. Easy fight. Speedster. Or Blade Dance. Blade Dance is very nice explosive damage. Speedster is a good power for the long run of this deck if we lean into acrobatics and backflips. At the moment, it still does nothing. Although it's a good amount of damage for the Mola. Fumes and Bouncing Flask is enough to get started, but yeah, maybe Speedster will help us finish it off. Blade Dance can help us get into shivs, but it's only you can only use it once now. It exhausts, so it's only +6 damage over a strike. Let's take the Speedster. And now we can play Grand Finale. Enchant a card with Steady. It gains Retain. 155 gold. Enchant 2 cards with Steady. Ah, that's amazing, actually. So we can steady up our Grand Finale. And we can also have an Acrobatics with Retain, should we choose? Maybe just the one. Maybe the one is fine. Retain is really good. Do not underestimate Retain. Let's do both. Let's do both. 6 max HP is also very good. I think so long as we're giving up 6 max HP, I want 2 cards with Retain. One of them will be Grand Finale. One of them will be Flick Flack. Acrobatics. Acro? Yeah, the ability to hold the acro between turns means when you have a good hand, you can play the good hand, and when you don't have a good hand, you can play the acrobatics. And that will solve a lot of dead draws. Love it. The Waterlog Scriptorium. The scribe grabs the prickly sponge. It squeaks and dabs it across your scrolls. Squeak, squeak, squeak. The prickly texture leaves behind shimmering marks that seem to stabilize the ink. Ooh. Stabilized ink, you say? Now, in this fight, if we can play our first attack as the Sly card, that would be ideal. So we're probably just going to try and backflip here to draw it again. I'm not interested in playing strikes for now. We've already got 7 block, and the defend is 8. Okay, so yeah, if we miss, we've already full blocked. Yeah, we miss. Okay, we can put down the Noxious Fumes. And in 2 turns, I can play this Grand Finale for 58 damage. Which I won't need to, because they're just going to die to this Flick Flack anyway. Yeah, 15 damage. Will they die to this Flick Flack? The answer is they probably won't. Well, I mean, I'm playing it regardless, right? So... 4 HP at the back there, 5 in the center, and 2. So this one is dead to poison. So we're looking at 10. We can weaken you to bring it down to 7. Or we can deal enough damage for this one to die. Yeah, beautiful. Cool, full blocked. And it died to the Thorns. The Bowler Hat gained additional 20% gold. Well-laid plans, backstab, and accuracy. Well, we already have a deck that can play this Grand Finale. 23 is also fine. 23 cards in deck, that is. Because 23 is 20 times acrobatics. Minus the acrobatics is 20. So we can play it on the second rotation. I don't think we need well-laid plans, though. We already have Retain on the cards I would retain, so... That said, you can hold more. If I take well-laid plans and upgrade it here, we've effectively got a pyramid between holding Acrobatics Grand Finale and 2 additional cards. That's very good. It means we can start using hand size, like the hand size limit of 10, to modify our deck size. Interesting. It also means I can hold, deflect, or anticipate. Oh, no, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Yeah, none of these are good enough. We have you, the Sewer Crab. Let's, yeah, Akabeko is fine here. It has 8 plating as well. We can Speedster and backflip. We do take a little bit of damage over the top. The question is, can we get through this fight with 0 damage? And I do think the answer is yes. Should we choose to do so. So let's take that opportunity to do so. Yeah, here we go. Cunning Potion. Add 3 upgraded shivs to your hand. Escape Plan up my sleeve. Add 3 shivs to your hand. Reduce this card's cost by 1. That's very good. It's a skill as well, not a power. You can replay it as often as you want as you're cycling through. You do need to play it at least once though. Let's take the Escape Plan for now. It's a cantrip. It lets us take advantage of Speedster and of Anticipate. And you... we can neutralize you. How much are we looking at? 6? 6 is very doable. Are we going to deal more damage here with Speedster or Bouncing Flask? The answer is Speedster. But, sorry, the answer is Flask. So let's Flask. And we can Survivor. Beautiful. Excellent first turn. This guy's, yeah, kind of screwed. Well, Acrobatics here because we're not full blocking. Unfortunately, the Escape Plan being in the bottom 3 and the backflip being in the bottom 3 as well actually means that we can't do the grand finale here. That's okay. It has a damage maximum anyway. So we're never going to be able to get value out of the grand finale. This is definitely the kind of fight where you just wear them down. And Weaken goes well here, obviously. Block. We'll full block that. And that should be the end of that. Beautiful Potion Belt. And Malaise. Yeah. Absolutely. Malaise might be our best upgrade now. Speedster's a decent upgrade. Malaise and Acrobatics are both good upgrades. Let's upgrade the Acrobatics first, I think. For more opportunities to Grand Finale. And do we have a Speed Potion and a Cunning Potion? We'll do it like so. Speedster, Poison Stab. 13 cards in deck. Malaise does good work here. We probably want to take 1 hit. 1 beckon is in our deck, so 12. Yeah, we might not be able to Grand Finale by playing Acrobatics. We might need to play this backflip and 2 natural draws. Let's Bouncing Flask and then Malaise for 1 to apply the Weaken. We could have prevented slightly more damage there, but it's more important to get the poison on 6. Yeah, where will this beckon go? It might go to a deck. I'm not 100%. We'll find out. We can consider using hand size to manage that. Okay, it went to our discard pile, so we can backflip and Grand Finale. And now let's reshuffle with Acrobatics. Yeah, we'll... I don't need to redraw any of those. We just need to deal as much damage as possible from here. Discard the Sly for more damage. Beautiful. Okay. Oh, I should have anticipated it earlier. The beckons only deal 6 each. Oh no, they go through block anyway. Okay, so yeah, I was always taking damage to that. Now they're intangible, and I can just block as best as possible. That should do it. Alrighty, and now we have the Grand Finale turn. Hey, love to see it. Abrasive, Tracking, and Adrenaline. Weak enemies take double damage from attacks. That's really, really good. It is very expensive though. Abrasive is phenomenal. Being sly and applying dexterity, we already have the 3 bronze scales. So going up to 7 is not necessarily a huge advantage, but the dex is very good. The dex is very good. Adrenaline gets us off the ground faster though. It's also a different value for the card draw. And we have you, Darv the Hoarder. Where did I put it? Oh, come to see my collection. Take anything from that pile over there and put it to good use. He's not much of a hoarder if he's giving us his shiz. Obtain a Wraith Form Plus. Jesus. That's really good. We also have Empty Cage and we also have Astrolabe. That's tough, man. Astrolabe looks really good here. Taking away 3 strikes in favor of 3 random cards. Those random cards could be Repaired, Acrobatics, Backflip, Escape Plan, any of our card draw effects. Although it does notably keep us at 25 cards. What's our effective deck size at the moment? With Adrenaline and Escape Plan and Acrobatics, we are effectively at 18 cards to churn through. And Ring of the Snake gives us 2 of those back. So kind of, we're a 3-turn deck at the moment. I'm going to take this Empty Cage and turn us into a 3-turn deck, rounded rather than rounded down. So we're very close to being a 2-turn deck. We have another 4 elite path over here. And we can make a decision here if we are feeling Krungo and need to escape. What are our other options? We have an early shop. So we can take a shop down here, or we can take an elite up here. Because this point here is a decision. Well, actually, it's a bit earlier even. It's way down here. What about on the right hand side? That's a 3 elite act with a shop, but with no campfires. That seems very, very dicey. The 4 elite path has 1 campfire baked in and lots of opportunities to audible. So I think that'll be the one we take, because it's the highest reward and it also feels very low risk. The only big thing is that we aren't taking a shop with 270 gold and a lot of love for removal. If we can take an acrobatics, like, that'll be fine. I think we just need to take like 1 more card that cantrips or draws cards. Bouncing Flask. Well, we can neutralize with the Akabeko here because these guys take a maximum of 9 damage already. Oh, this guy's going to take a good amount of damage from the thorns. Let's pop this guy in the middle, and he'll die to a strike next turn. Currently looking at 9 damage. I'll play the defense. I just don't want to take the damage. I can't see myself taking more damage this turn because we do have, yeah, every opportunity to kill them very easily. There's the acro, with a flick flack, and a strike. Beautiful. Discard 2 cards, add 2 shivs to hand. It's a Sly enabler. Discarding 2 cards is not really a cost. It's more of a benefit. It's 0 cost as it is. And it upgrades for more damage, so it's not even like necessary to upgrade the card. That's pretty decent. That said, I did just say that I want to take card draw and not card deficit, so we will avoid it. You will backflip here, and we can escape plan as well. No? Okay. Yeah, let's malaise. Off to the Shadow Realm you go. This guy's a bit of a pain in the tush. Speed still will actually do a lot of work though. And poisoned fumes. Yeah, that's fine. I had more energy. Why didn't I know this? Hmm. Do I just want to take the 3? No, we're fine. 21. Because we have all this extra damage out of Speedster. Suppose we can stun him here with a poison stat, actually. Tunneler. If all his block is removed, he's stunned. Yeah, let's do it. Take a stun turn, buddy. Alright, that should do him. The deck size is a bit weird there. Anticipate plus Ricochet for our Sly. That's a lot of damage. We kind of already have a good amount of damage. Maybe we don't need more. 3 damage to a random enemy 5 times. It is a really great way to take advantage of our Akabeko. We can just burst someone right down, given the option. We only have Acrobatics and Survivor to trigger it. Yeah, unfortunately, I think this is another skip. Unceasing Top. With our grand finale, that is a dead artifact. Who the thunk it? We have the Flick Flack here. Yeah, beautiful. Let's take it. 15 damage across. And that also blocks for us. I don't have any weaken here, do I? Yeah, I might take the 3 to get down. Oh, Noxious Fumes doesn't do anything either. Because they have 2 artifacts. 2 artifacts is enough for me to just ignore their ignore poison, I think, against them here. What we're going to look for is the Speedster. There's the Speedster. We can Adrenaline here. To get some damage off the ground. Oh yeah, there's the backflip. Beautiful. We have neutralized malaise. Unfortunately, this is a very good skill potion. I don't like it when we have a good skill potion. Alright, well, we do what we can. And now this one's a good cunning potion. Oh, actually, if I deal 6 damage here, he'll die to the thorns. So we're only going to take 3. We don't need a cunning potion for 3 HP. Yeah, that's fine, that's fine. Lock potion, beautiful. Dash, anticipate, backstab plus. Backstab plus can be good in the multi-enemy fights. Especially with Akabeko, which just lets us take an enemy down direct to the half HP. It also exhausts itself. No, No. No. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to go this way. As planned. Stone of all time. A massive boulder sits in the middle of an abandoned courtyard. A plaque reads, Stone of all time. It's the stone of all time. It's the greatest, best, biggest, rolliest. Its presence, shape, and adornment indicate that this courtyard was built around this stone, and that it's never moved from this spot. We can lose the cunning potion, gain 10 max HP. Or we can lose 6 HP and enchant an attack with a vigorous 8. The first time this card is played, it deals 8 additional damage. Ooh. We can give one of our cards a bit of an extra Akabeko oomph. We don't need it. We have damage solved. 10 max HP is a lot. 10 max HP is huge. So we'll just take the 10 max HP and we can upgrade Adrenaline. Or Malaise. Yeah, we'll upgrade Adrenaline. We have the Speedster, which is a 2-cost power, so having Adrenaline give 2 energy back is very, very valuable for that. This fight here is definitely a Speedster fight. We might need to block potion. Let's see how it goes. So we do draw the Deflect. What are we at? 15? And we're still looking at 11. Let's use the block potion. Sure. We've got 3 more elites this act. I don't need to milk every piece of HP out of these. I just need to keep upright. We can discard the Flick Flack, anticipate for the backflip. Currently blocking for 8. We can find a little bit of damage. We're dealing 4 at the moment. And neutralize is dealing 2, unfortunately. Untouchable or Tactician or Pinpoint. If I could take all 3, I would. Untouchable, Tactician, Pinpoint. Given the current state of our deck, I think the Untouchable is what we need. We do just need a high impact defensive card. We're good for damage most of the time. We're a little bit short against these kind of like front-facing fights. Maybe that's a good reason to take the Pinpoint. Deals 1 less, cost 1 less for each skill you've played this turn. We do have the Adrenaline and the Escape Plan to trigger that really, really easily. And Anticipate. It feels terrible to leave Tactician on the table, though. I'm going to take the Untouchable because we are about to need a lot more blocking capability as we go. And we have the Molten Egg. Beautiful. That will improve our attacks, which I had no intention of taking any more of. But, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, here's a good example of why. I can deal 14 here to get our energy back. And we can get down the Untouchable. Yeah, mostly blocks. This can be our speeds to turn. Yeah, let's take it. Hmm. That malaise looks really good here. -3 strength, deals 9. So we can do survivor and then -2 strength. Take minimal damage. Is the backflip in the bin again? It is. Both the backflip and the cantrip are in the bin again. Okay. Sometimes, man. Sometimes. Okay. Looking at 18 damage. Okay, acrobatics and backflip here. Yeah, there's acro to discard untouchable. We can anticipate for the deflect. It's like this, eh? I think I do really need to play this Bouncing Flask. But I don't want to. I actually took damage there from refusing to play another defend as well. That was silly. Okay, I can Bouncing Flask here. Taking silly damage as we go through here. What's in the deck? Yeah. No cantrips for me right now. This was a speed potion turn. I can save 5 with speed potion now. Just save it. We'll just save it. I think I also could have dealt lethal there. Yeah, I just kind of lost any attention that fight. Damn it. Corrosive Wave. Whenever you draw a card this turn, apply 3 poison. We don't need it. We have Speedster. Let's just keep cleaning up our deck. It's a Spiny Toad. This guy should be okay. Dual Thorns here. We have Neutralize for this 23. We've already got 14 from the Horn Cleat as well. Beautiful. We can get the whole lot. So Neutralize against the Thorns takes us down to 32. Then we can Bouncing Flask as well. It's more than enough. Can I draw Acro? Oh, there's no backflip in the bin. Looking at 17. Definitely a defend malaise. Prevents the most. We do take 5. Colorless Potion and a Tactician. Sure. Sure. We have the bee. Mr. B. We do have Thorns for this fight, which is already excellent for us. Let's go Speedster start here. We already have Deflect in hand with our Anticipate as well. Need to block for 21. We can backflip here. And Noxious Fumes. I don't think we'll need the damage from Noxious Fumes. Let's just full block. 10 cards left in deck, including Escape Plan Malaise. It would be very nice to move a little bit of this block from this turn to next turn. I suppose the Horn Cleat will help us out with that. Yeah, beautiful. Horn Cleat does in fact help us out. Let's just malaise. Big malaise. And then this turn is our grand finale turn. We can reshuffle before putting in the dazed, or we can actually just draw the dazed now. Yeah, let's just draw the dazed now. With our escape plan. Poison stab. It's 9 damage. We don't need much more. Yeah, we'll poison stab. Draw this to dazed as well. 0 by 7. Love to see it. He is already cooked. Flex Potion Vexing Puzzle Box. At the start of each combat, add a random card to your hand and it costs 0. Beautiful. Anticipate Ricochet Deadly Poison. The Ricochet is improving. But we still haven't found another Acrobatics or another Backflip, unfortunately. That's a 0 cost prepared. Wow. Alright, let's see if we can draw the Speedster Backflip. Can I hit him with the Flick Flack here? Currently looking at 14 damage. That said though, it's going to be very easy to spread these guys out against the Thorns. We can take down you as well. Cool. That looks like fight complete. They are, yeah, certainly just not equipped for this fight. This particular enemy. Slice, Bubble Bubble, or Untouchable minus. No thank you. Now this may very well be our potion. Oh, we have Pounce. Okay. 20 damage and our next skill costs 0. So we can squeeze in some extra energy here. Let's Survivor our Flick Flack to start. Spend the Akabeko. And weaken as well. I think what we're going to do is, yeah, send out the big malaise. Let's Pounce. 12 damage here. That should kill you with the Thorns. A free defend. So 6 and 8, 14, plus this one hit 17. Is that 4 blocks? And is Speedster in play? It's not. Yeah, let's speed now. We're already full blocking. Beautiful. And when this guy recovers, we'll be in the clear. Unfortunately, no grand finale. If I played the backflip last turn, actually, I could grand finale now. That was short-sighted of me. Looking at 12 damage. Depending on how we line up these strikes. Yeah, definitely killing this front one is the way to go. That said though, if we explosive ampule, we can prevent a lot more. Can we? We can flex potion. Flex potion might be the way, yeah. Kill you. Oh, I'm 1 damage short. Damn it. I must be overtired today. Making so many basic mistakes. And now this guy comes back as well. Yeah. We just really need to set up the one turn of really decent damage. Looking at 12. Yeah, because these guys are just coming back. I just need to get over the little hump that is this. Backflip. Acrobatics both in the bottom. Let's see what the escape plan draws here after I anticipate. No. Flick Flack and Untouchable. Sure. Okay. Well, the card draw on the bottom of the deck is fine at this stage because Speedster should resolve that for us. Here they come. We can discard Flick Flack. Flip. And Pounce. Oh, the Pounce costs 0 the whole way through. It costs 0. Oh, Sturdy Clamp. Beautiful. Okay. Sturdy Clamp solves a lot of the problems I was just talking about. It's going to allow us to move 10 block, just to have 10 block persisting all the time. It means we won't need to take a blur because we're always going to have that 10 damage, that 10 damage, 10 block solving. Tracking is really, really good damage, but unfortunately we don't need that. Unfortunately for tracking, I mean. Resting here is probably wise because it would mean that we get to avoid the Rocket Punch. Rocket Punch is how we lose, I think. If we can make it to the next act, we can take a Bottled Fog. If it's on offer, that would be immaculate. Flechette. Do we have any card draw? We don't. Okay. Malaise on the Rocket is certainly, I think, a priority. Let's neutralize the Crusher for now and get down the Noxious Fumes. I forgot that Malaise will turn us. I was going to rely on Flechettes to turn. I probably could have used Dexterity Potion this fight as well. Well, we'll see how we go. We might be using the Speed Potion instead. There's a Speedster. We're not full blocking, but we're very close to full blocking, and Backflip will finish that for us. Yeah, let's Survivor so that we can carry through our Sturdy Clamp. And you... 4 cards left in deck. Acrobatics in the deck. Great. Nice numbers, you know. Yeah, let's turn and face and just hard play the Untouchable to maintain our clamp. Here comes the 45. We do want to turn and face it. Show me basic attack, please. Sure. We got the Tactician. We can turn and face with Strike. 30. Maybe that should have been our Speed Potion again, because now I don't have any Sturdy Clamp damage either. Have a weak over here. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is looking pretty tragic. Okay. Well, back down to a fairly basic rotation. I do get to backflip here for the grand finale. Okay. So when one of these dies, the other one will become stunned, I believe. And yeah, gains 5 block and 5 strength to 9 block. It doesn't become stunned, it just becomes ungillable. Sure. Even worse. Let's reshuffle there. Yeah, we can deal with the Flechettes. Now we're not dealing damage through. Bottom 5 includes the grand finale. Beautiful. Okay. Actually, we can just Apply the rest of the poison. Very nice. Done. Liquid Bronze. We're up to our 5. Storm of Steel, Shadow Meld, or Envenom. Double your block gain this turn. What's your upgrade? 0 cost. That is impressive. Currently, our block strategy is centering around this Anticipate for additional 5 dexterity, and relying on the fact that our deck is small enough to cycle through and find it somewhat reliably. Shadow Meld is kind of like a second Anticipate, so we'll find it twice as often, in the sense that it doubles the amount of block that we gain. From a defend is 5, so it's the same as 5 dexterity. I suppose if I wanted to take Shadow Meld, I could have taken Anticipate Plus a number of times, and I didn't, so it's the same answer. And we have you, Nonupeipe. Looming Fruit, 31 max HP, 3 cards, enchant them with Swift 3, or Delicate Frond. At the start of each combat, fill all empty potion slots with random potions. All 3 of these should make it incredibly easy to win the game. So Swift 3 is the first time you play this card, draw 3 cards. It's absurd. It will make like our Speedster a draw 3, our Tactician a draw 3. We don't really need it, I don't think. Looming Fruit, max HP by 31 up to 110 max HP. Gives us realistically 4 dead turns before we die. Delicate Frond though, at the start of each combat, fill all empty potion slots with random potions. That's 5 potions a combat. If you can't win a combat with 5 potions, something's gone terribly wrong. What is our path? We have a 4 elite path here again. We take that, we can get shiny. That's 5 extra relics. Does it have a shop alongside it though? The answer is again no. The shops are on the right hand paths. If I path into this elite, no, this elite comes out this way, which doesn't have any overlap here. And this shop, similarly, I missed 2 elites, or at least I missed 1 elite to take this shop over here. We can just gamble on one of these question marks being a shop. What about the left-hand path here? 1, 2, 3 elites, 3 campfires, or 2 elites, 2 campfires, and a shop. What we might do is we will take the beautiful bracelet for another card draw. Let's put card draw on our Speedster. Our Tactician. And what's a good one? What's a good one? I'm thinking of a card that when I play it, it's because I'm deep in the hand and I want to draw more cards. One of the Sly cards kind of does that for us, but usually you trigger Sly after you draw with Acrobatics as well, right? So it's not always that straightforward. We can turn the backflip into a draw 5. We can turn the Adrenaline into a draw 5. Maybe we'll add it to the Deflect. So this way we have more options on how we apply our card draw. We're definitely going to take all these question marks, hoping for one of them to be a shop. We get a free blur. Playing that blur repeatedly is going to be a very, very smart thing to do. Yeah, let's Bouncing Flask, Noxious Fumes, Malaise you. And that should be the fight solved. He's going to scale with a fair amount of ritual, but we've already got the block that we need for now. Beautiful. And now we can grand finale. Let's shuffle in. I mean, no matter what I do, I'm triggering card draw, right? So let's... yeah. We're not going to get to redraw them this deck cycle anyway. Okay. It kind of sucks, but... Play the Blur. I forgot to discard the Tactician. I can play the Tactician. Sure. Gets back a little bit of energy. And is already dead regardless. Snakebite, Deflect, Ricochet. Again. It's a hallway fight. That's a shame. Now we get the free footwork though. Excellent. We're likely to acrobatics into tactician here, so let's neutralize first. Speedster. Mm-hmm. Nice. Finally. Finally. The question mark gave us an acrobatics. That's more than enough. We get another escape plan here, actually. Let's, yeah, these guys are going to get kind of fried. Unfortunate for them. Gotta clear out some hand. One... Two more should fly in. Yes, there we go. Alright, these are the last ones. Followed potential. Shuffle all your cards into your draw pile. Draw 5. That is going to be way better than this explosive ampule. Especially in the case where we get screwed around by a weird reshuffle. Footwork. Footwork, yeah, very good. We've got deflect. We've got escape plans. That's a footwork plus. We are gonna, yeah, we can definitely scale with that. Show me a shop. We see the crystal sphere. 65 gold for 3 divinations or a debt for 6 divinations. Unfortunately, I can't take a card remove. What we're looking for here is probably some sign of a box. We see a common card here. We can reveal the rest of this common card, I think. Maybe we go like this in case we also reveal a curse. No, I really don't want to reveal a curse. Well, we can't possibly reveal a full relic at this stage. So we'll just take one common, deflect plus, snakebite, dodge and roll. Do I want to squeeze in a deflect plus now that we have a footwork as well? We already kind of have a deflect plus, which is our footwork to deflect. Yeah, kind of just a dead floor, unfortunately. Upgrade our tactician. You there, soul nexus. A knife trap, play every shiv in your exhaust pile. We have Acrobatics Adrenaline left in our deck, which is 5 cards. So we can potentially try and draw both. We also have Speedster for an additional 3. So we can play Speedster or Acrobatics. Although, no, we should. We should make an effort to, I suppose I could escape plan and backflip now, actually. Yeah. Now we have a backflip in deck. The Adrenaline, rather. Beautiful. Here's our grand finale. And Anticipate. And now we can Speedster. Beautiful. It's all coming together. Looking at 5x4. I'm fairly sure we're still in the clear. Yeah, just because the size of these defends. Do I want to use this? No. We can take a little bit of chip damage here. We'll have the kill next turn. Another dexterity potion goes a long way. Definitely over the speed potion. Yeah. Gremlin Horn. Another escape plan. Another prepared. We could upgrade that prepared. It will help us a lot to manage our hand size. Yeah. Let's take and upgrade that prepared before the end of the act. Are there any other upgrades? The Crucial Speedster is a vaguely important upgrade. Another Acrobatics. Sure. We can do both. We can do both. We have the Blood Vial. Okay. Now, a 0-cost deadly poison. Okay. This fight's fairly awkward. This could be a colorless potion to look for panache, maybe? Can we find a panache here? Liquid bronze doesn't do anything versus them. Draw 5. A redraw could be okay. Let's use the colorless potion though. Flash of Steel, Impatience, or the Gambit. Unfortunately, in a deck full of strikes, Impatience is bad. Okay, we'll take the Flash of Steel. It's not going to do much. It's just a cantrip. The important thing is that we kill this fellow in the back here. So this fellow in the back here will downgrade all of our cards, but when he dies, we'll get our upgrades back. Five block. We can survive with the Tactician here. Let's take a bit more block in order to feed it forward with our clamp, our sturdy clamp. Yeah, we're not even going to be able to bring all of it forward with the sturdy clamp. Just want to try and get ahead at all. Yeah, and here's how it ends up looking, right? Now we've got a grand finale with Ethereal, and they're going to give us a bunch more downgraded cards. Okay, let's Speedster. We can deflect an acro here. Beautiful. I'm one card off. We can I can't strike. Damn it. We can acrobatic up to full, and then we can prepare for the fourth card. It's kind of a bad sequence, but... Oh, we can escape plan as well for it. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. Grand finale. Play and anticipate again. Prepared again. We can discard Flick Flack. Love to see that. Deflect for the block. Okay. It's solved. Done. Speedster. Speedster is very good. Dagger throw, dagger spray, leg sweep. No worries. Let's take an upgrade on this prepared, please and thank you. And how about you? We've got the Robo Knight. The Mecha Knight is called the Mecha Knight. Opening for 25 damage. To my hand of a 10 block. And 0 card draw, incidentally. This could be our bold potential. Taking 15 here seems unwise. That said, no, yeah, it's here for when we have a dead hand like this. Let's drink it. Is this a better hand? I suppose I should have played the other defend first, right? Because this hand is not much better. Damn it. Damn it. Alright. So I lose my potion and I take 15. Great. Okay, well we did get the week through. Okay. If I played the other defends beforehand, we would have been in a slightly better position. Let's get down this footwork for the rest of this fight, I think. Tell you what, removes are looking about as good as they're ever going to look. We do get double grand finale here though. Despite burns. Coming at us for 39, we should be able to get the kill. As long as we don't have a completely pointless turn. Great. Alright. Tell you what though, this guy's definitely one of the more threatening bosses out there. Um, at Ascension 0 is not really an issue whatsoever, but I feel like, yeah, with Wary Traveler, when you're a little bit lower HP all the time, and then you have the chance of running into him twice in the act, he really can just punish you for being low on HP, because a dead hand, like, yeah, can just cop 40 potentially. Let's cancel this elite and go to this shop. There's zero chance that yeah, we'll take the gold. There is zero chance that one elite is going to be worth a 1,554 gold shop. Like, dagger throw, hand trick for Sly. We can take an orrery as well, and a restlessness. Restlessness unfortunately doesn't do anything for us. With retain, we can top up on potions. Let's orrery. Backflip. Prepared backflip. Reflex or backflip. Footwork plus or speedster plus. Yeah. It's all come together. It's all come together. Brilliant. We'll take the Gorget. We'll take the skill potion. Speed potion ain't too bad either. Definitely better than liquid bronze or strength potion. I can't upgrade the Shadow Meld. Restlessness doesn't do anything. Its retain conflicts with retain on the grand finale. Sucker Punch for weak. Play 3 random attacks from your discard pile. It's a skill, I see. 3 random attacks from the discard pile. What are our attacks? Neutralize, strike, and grand finale. Okay. Good chat. Yeah, let's grab this speed potion. And I suppose we can grab the hand trick as well here. 7 block, add Sly to a skill in your hand this turn. We can use it to add Sly to... Well, actually none of it. A backflip, maybe? Maybe there's a circumstance where you can add Sly to a backflip. But the Sly disappears if this card is discarded from your hand before the end of your turn. Play it for free. I wonder if Sly is removed when you discard it, or if I can add Sly to multiple cards and just recycle them. Because if I can add Sly to acrobatics, that will be very easy infinite. Let's do it. Let's take that and find out. Shall we take another prepared plus or just a heal? We can heal for 24. That's totally fine. Now we're up against the Queenie. Dexterity potion, liquid bronze. Oh, serpent form for free. Jesus. Okay, yeah, the game's very happy with us. Now let's take this skill potion now, and let's see what we can weave in here. A blur. Blur is incredible. If we can replay blur each turn, we will be well ahead of any amount of damage. Alright, let's start with the acrobatic, so we can discard this flick flack. Get out of the way. Yeah, blur with anticipation as well. We're going to carry all of this forward. Hand trick. Unfortunately, I don't have any energy for it. Okay. Noxious fumes. And then malaise you. The bound. So we can only play one of footwork, adrenaline, or Bouncing Flask. That's totally fine. Let's acro the reflex. I see. We can discard Bouncing Flask here to get it out of our way, and discard this reflex now for the free card draw. Play out both footworks. Yeah, we'll play out both footworks. We'll leave all of our acceleration there in the bin, and this turn we can grand finale. Beautiful. Prepared plus or acrobatics for the tactician. Let's prepared plus. This tactician, we can discard this acrobatics. Beautiful. Because we have more. Hmm. Hmm. We can draw the blur here. Or we can try and draw blur here. To carry all this forward. We don't. Draw hand trick. It's a shame. Yeah, we'll just strike, sure. Unfortunate. I want to get that speeds to next turn, given the option. Oh, the gremlin horn. You love to see it. Let's blur to start building that block for next turn. Discard the reflex. Mm-hmm. 6x5. We've already got the case blocked. We can speedster. We can use our hand trick here. Yeah, beautiful. Let's hand trick this Bouncing Flask and then prepare it. I am curious to see if we reshuffle that back in, how it goes, but we've already spent all of our energy that particular turn. This could definitely be the blur. Discard you. All good. We're done. We're done, we're done, we're done. Too easy. Another excellent silent deck. We didn't even really die. He's getting annoyed, man. We didn't even really have too much going in terms of our removes there. One tactician in the mix, one reflex eventually in the mix, although we saw towards the end there we were reaching hand size quite a lot. That's why card removes on these defends and these strikes are so good. And it's also why we took the scroll box over the large capsule, because the capsule would have given us 2 more of these. And then as you draw through your deck, you know, it was difficult enough drawing through our deck with 7 basics. Imagine if we had 9 basics even after removes. And that said, we only went to 1 shop, and that took 1,000 gold there, and it bought us an orrery where we also added 5 more cards. So it was not really a remove focused run. Got a little bit mid-rangey towards the end there. The other way to play this absolutely would have been to take off the 3rd Act Ancient, take 5 potions every single fight, and navigate all those fights with potions, arrive at the boss with full HP, and yeah, just have another 5 potions for the boss as well, with a kind of a deck with a little bit less card draw. If everything was the same there, we still end up with a really great deck, except we don't have these additional 9 drawn cards from the Swift, which is, I think, fairly important, because it was very often that those Swift triggers, the Swift enchantments triggered without being full hand size. Just spreading out that card draw on some other 0 cost and some other high impact cards like Speedster helped us stay in momentum for a lot of those turns. Ascension 3 unlocked. I'm clicking random quite a lot, so my characters are spread out in weird ways. But yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you're enjoying Slay the Spire 2. Like and subscribe. Cheerio. Bye.